Rumble lock-in. So Can has decided to go for the Jarvan Rumble combination and go for a little bit more of this like early to mid game, which I really, really like in tandem with the Zoe, because Faker will be able to control mid game very, very well. LM's going to get himself to a good state, and then you'll have the equalizer over the top of the Cataclysm for these team fights with bullet time to back it up. This is a very strong mid-game composition, and I like that T1 have built their composition for that against DAMWON, who only have one mode, which is I'm fighting you all the time, forever.
Yeah, it really just shows the style of both teams, especially coming into the second round. I think for T1, obviously pulling up their game time a little bit to take objectives a little bit quicker. I will be honest, personally, I'm a little concerned for T1, just knowing what DAMWON's capable of as individual players and their play style, and also what they've picked. I think they have some good answers against T1's lineup, especially if it does go very long. I think that Sion in the front line, and then Senna and Azir, even Jace in the back.
Style certainly is playing around Canna more often than his other laners, so let's see whether he does get that attention as we get onto the rift for game number 1.
Yeah, I wonder if that was a conscious choice as well, just knowing that they're going up against DAMWON, right? And knowing that it's Nuguri, putting a little bit more power for Kana. But we will have to see. I agree with you. At the same time, I wonder if they want to put some effort into shutting down the bottom lane a little. Effort's also one of those supports that doesn't really necessarily stick around too much.
As Barrel's in trouble, getting taken down low, but the Guardian Shield is going to keep them alive for now. Doesn't have to blow any summoner spells.
Now with the early damage coming from Misfortune and the threat of Nautilus, Faker coming down to bottom as well.
Yep, he's going to spot Canyon here, as it is going to be 4 versus 3, but Trouble Bubble goes wide. Beryl getting taken down to 300 now, as the Dawning Shadow not available just yet. They're only level 2 as the Ignite's ticking down onto Beryl. Effort will fall down for first blood, though, as Faker tanking up the turret for way too long, and it's a botched dive by T1 of all teams, as now Elm has to flag and drag himself to safety, and Beryl is going to be able to pick up all of this.
See some action towards it. They're still focusing on the bottom lane for T1.
Oh my god, he picks the gap as Beryl sidesteps, but it looks like there will still be enough damage here as Elm does take down the Scion. Beryl's running after this T1 squad, but I think he's just going to have to focus on some minions as Effort moves towards the bottom brush, and the Scion will be going down. So, second time's the charm.
Coming in from Misfortune and Zoe.
Well, Ghost now might be in a heck of a lot of trouble. He still has Flash available and is going to at least be able to flash away, but don't know why he was that far up in the lane. Is now going to be able to get a snare here onto Effort. He doesn't have Flash, remember, but does have his Ignite as Canyon misses the pillar. Not going to be able to boop him back in the right direction.
Yep, meanwhile, the solo kill did come in for Nuguri up in that top lane, so we're starting to see... Yeah, okay. It completely happened, I think, during that fight, and we kind of missed it. But Nuguri now getting that lead he needs, and T1 needs to make a conscious decision. Also, we talked about the Drake, Cloud Drake first, so we're in for a treat.
Yeah, we are. So it's the dream. I actually feel like I cast a Curse Canna a lot. I look towards that and put a dent into that bottom lane. Canna's just for some reason sitting at 200 health. What? Why are you going for this fight? What? Hello?
Oh, and a nice snipe, I think, is what we're seeing.
Oh, that's what we like to see. But honestly, that was that was weird. There's Emperor's Divide onto Teddy, and he's dead. This is the replay timings have been a little bit unfortunate this game.
I mean, there's just, I think the action being spread out across all the lanes is definitely contributing to that. Sion just using his ultimate to get back.
I only know Flinders Street, but I don't know whether anyone else really does. Is Teddy teleported into this lane? Wow, that's a whoops.
That was very bold.
Yeah, all right, there we go. So Beryl, he took a train from Grand Central to Southern Cross, and now he's doing his best to stay alive. As Depth Charge comes in, bullet time, not going to be able to pick up the kill there, as we do have the Piercing Darkness able to keep the Scion alive. Effort once again having to flash as Ghost throws down the Dawning Shadow, but isn't able to find too much more. Speaking of finding things, Nuguri going to get another solo kill and walks away with his life. This is a disaster. And once again, we go back to the draft. This was Canna's, like, ace in the hole. You know, it's like, and we last picked the Rumble, baby. Like, and I thought that maybe they had a strategy for it, but it doesn't look like that was the case at all. There's now Effort taking a lot of damage here towards the bottom laners. Throws out Roar of the Slayer to get that bit of extra poke onto Effort, who still doesn't have Flash. Teddy in the same position.
Yeah, it seems like T1 is just putting so much focus on the bottom lane, but they're not really getting much out of it, and they're losing out so much in the top lane with Cannon not having any assistance. Canyon now free to roam around, puts the Herald down in the mid lane, is able to get a couple extra plates for himself and Showmaker. And T1, I almost feel like LM's just not in sync with effort. It's not the same, cooperative.
Yeah, now the equalizer does come down. Canyon is here and does have Subjugate out. As you can see, Noguri just partying on the equalizer. Cannon should be falling here as Canyon should be able to chomp him down and does so. So it's a 1-for-1, but that is a lot of gold going over to T1 as Beryl underneath this turret looking pretty comfortable. And Showmaker.
A little bit for T1, they just spent so much time in bottom. LM with the good timing and also the read with the ward. Great equalizer as well. It was such a good position when you go into that T-brush. You're able to put it down on top of the entire cross-section, and, we saw the team kind of get separated. Eventually, Canada does still go down, and Canyon isn't going to mind picking up just one extra kill here to get them into that mid-game spurt. And a lot of turret plates here for DAMWON, and none for T1.
Yeah, not able to pick up anything there as, over 1,000 gold worth of a turret plate value. Definitely not bad at all, as Ghost ends up just sacrificing his health bar there for absolutely no gain on the Rift Herald. The second one, Shirley, coming up as Beryl down here towards the bottom side, just looking to take a train to Southern Cross, as you could see, but the bullet time rolling over Nogger. He's still going to be able to answer this, though. He's just too damn strong. Ellen's going to fall down. Noguri at 100 health, just straight up doesn't care. But the red carpet is going to be put down. Get your photo taken and head to the death chamber, my friend. He is going to do that, but still an advantage here for DAMWON bottom side of the map.
I think T1's forgetting that Sion can, at this point, basically match Nautilus, if not more, in both terms of CC and, of course, tankiness. He will outshine that Nautilus later. Wow, Beryl just dodging that bubble as well.
Yep, just blind. Oh no, he did have a ward down there, so able to sidestep it quite nicely. Not able to get out of the way of the paddle star, but as you can see in the mid lane, everything's just getting destroyed.
Beryl's happy about this.
Yeah, he's underneath the bottom side. He's going to try and flash out of the way. I don't know why he did that necessarily, as Faker picks up a flash. He will be able to get himself out of the way here. Utilizing that one, has his own as well, so double flashes are going to be up as the zombie Scion just buying as much time as they possibly can. And in the meantime, Canyon's topside with Shirley, just they're on a date. It's this lane as they took turrets everywhere. And now Faker is getting routed. The train coming in once again. There's no station here. He's just straight off the tracks to try and take down this mid laner, and they are going to do that. Dawning Shadow finishes him off in the end. And now 1-1-1 for Faker. He's down 30 CS in that mid lane as well, as Showmaker's had a pretty good day so far. Sitting on an Oblivion Orb just to get him that extra magic penetration. And now LM in a little bit
too much, and we're going to see that Ocean Drake going over to DAMWON, getting them to Soul Point. And this feels bad for T1, because they want to be the one putting the focus DAMWON is as a team to pick up this win against T1. And if DAMWON are able to pick up the Baron, it's really bad news, because T1 doesn't really have too much power in clearing those waves just yet. We just saw the Leandry come up.
Accelerated crazily. Murdered there as Cast a Curse strikes again.
Still stacked up so much health. Now we're going to see Nuguri finally being Nuguri in this game. It was
there we go.
A long time coming.
Yeah, I don't think they needed the equalizer necessarily. Look, sometimes
Canna
you
was
gotta
hungry.
get a kill. Yeah.
Canna had a really bad time in that lane against Nuguri. He needed to type in all chat. He just needed to make sure.
No, it's a little bit too late there as Faker. Maybe caught out of position here. Showmaker gets in there. Does still have the ultimate as Dawning Shadow is going to get stopwatched by Faker. That probably would have killed, to be perfect.
Smart move backing out. They secure the Ocean Soul off of that. So DAMWON is feeling very good.
Yep, and currently DAMWON are 5 deaths away from a perfect game. This is to make things difficult, as now Effort possibly caught out. Oh man, he's not tanky without that Aftershock. He's going to go back to base now.
Wow, look at that damage coming in from Nuguri. I mean, and so much of that was purely against Canna as well early on.
Yeah.
And the Baron now, this might be what seals the fate against T1. With the Baron, with all 3 lanes cleared up, pushed up against the inhibitor turrets, DAMWON now has their choice. And if Nuguri is able to keep Faker at bay...
Ooh, bubble as Beryl. It's going to crash. And bullet time does come in, but Teddy's going to have that one cancelled pretty quickly. Canyon moves on back, and Showmaker is once again here. This is exactly what T1 did in their more recent match, I believe, up against Gen G. They were able to sneak away a Baron. No, it wasn't. It was against Griffin earlier on. As Beryl's going to have to flash to get himself out of here is now Showmaker. He does have ultimate available. We'll see whether he can actually utilize it, as there's the equalizer. Does actually a fair bit of work, but Canna's going to have to get out of this fight now, down to 200. As Ellen's going to get stunned. Canyon flashes on in there as well as Faker finds a paddle star, but it's onto Beryl, who is so damn tanky. Shock Blast going to be flashed there. That would have been the death of effort, as the Trouble Bubble is going to go wide, and that's just a free pickup and a Baron here for DAMWON as they push in top lane.
Yeah, and they should be able to get this turret no problem. Potentially the inhibitor as well. We'll see how much they want to commit to it. They still do have the ultimate from Azir, so they can make something happen if they want, potentially ending the game, but T1 not getting too greedy.
Yep, Showmaker might be saving that one for the next game, as in goes the train. It lands onto the Nexus. There is a lot of damage onto the first Nexus turret as it goes down. Effort, no more Aftershock, no more life, as the kill onto the Nautilus is taken by Azir. And Beryl does fall down. Zombie mode is activated, but these Nexus turrets are going to follow suit. Paddlestar goes wide. Faker just taking poke damage from what feels like everywhere, as Canyon's just playing topside. You can see Showmaker just autoing down this Nexus. He still has Emperor's Divide, by the way, guys. He's looking for an excuse to use it, but I think the Nexus is going to go down too soon, and it does, as DAMWON destroy T1 in game 1.
Wow, that was